And good Friday to you. This is GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey and the northern mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith on this glorious first Friday of May, May 3rd, 2013, with the daily video forecast discussion. And a backdoor cold front swept rapidly southwest across the entire forecast region early this morning. With it, it's bringing very light east to northeast winds and lots of clearing skies across New York City, Long Island, southwestern Connecticut, and the Hudson Valley this morning. A few mid and high level clouds at around 9 to 10,000 feet across central and southern New Jersey, but these clouds are beginning to clear out too with a light flow. And temperatures this morning are responding with readings in the mid 40s to the low 50s. And we do have some small craft advisories for the coastal waters from basically southern New England right down through the Delmarva. For southern New England and into the New York Harbor area, we have small craft advisories through Saturday afternoon for those northeast winds at 15 to 20 knots and seas building to 4 to 6 feet. During tonight, those northeast winds at 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet. The winds begin to slacken off on Saturday night out of the east at 10 knots, but still a little gusty up to 20 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. And then the winds really just turn around to the east and southeast on Monday night and Tuesday at 5 to 10 knots with seas anywhere from between 2 to 5 feet. I'm going to use and start aviational area in the forecast video discussions too. We see some of these scattered mid-level clouds at 9 to 10,000 feet drifting southwest through portions of northwestern New Jersey. Well, most of the area is clear here. Here's our upper level low spinning off the mid-Atlantic coast states, dropping southeast from off the Atlantic coastal waters, and some high wispy cirrus clouds streaming in from that boundary, that frontal boundary just to the west of us, which will remain to the west of us over the foreseeable future right through the weekend. If we take, that's the visible image. If we take a look at the water vapor, we can see the upper level low off the northeast coast, and we see the mid and high level moisture plume here across portions of Pennsylvania with the jet and generally clear and dry weather here over southern New England, right down through the northern mid-Atlantic this morning. And using the terminal area forecast, or METARS, and terminal area forecast discussion for, let's say, subjectively Newark for around the entire metropolitan area today, going to find a very light northeast flow at around 10 knots through the afternoon hours with visibilities better than 6 to 10 miles, a few scattered clouds at 25,000 feet. Other than that, from late tonight through early tomorrow morning, again, light and variable winds at 5 knots or less, visibility 6 to 10 miles, a few scattered clouds at 1,500 feet. And then from late this morning through tomorrow morning, actually, light winds, scattered clouds, again, scattered cloud cover here tomorrow morning, too, with a light northeast wind at 10 knots, gust to 15 knots, visibilities all better than 6 to 10 statute miles. Oh yes, the other thing I wanted to mention here is this stratus deck here off the coastal waters of southern New England. It's forecasted to drift slowly south and west to get close to the shorelines here across central and southern New Jersey into the Delmarva region as it drifts inland overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, but it should be fairly thin, so we're not really expecting anything except some scattered cloud cover in the variety of the low and mid-level clouds here as this deck makes its way southwest across the region. And here's that cloud deck moving in late tonight into tomorrow morning, and then skies clear out nicely and remain clear through Saturday night, and into Sunday night too. Just a few clouds here moving in late Sunday night from off the water. Absolutely going to be a beautiful weekend for any outdoor activity. Comes the clouds through the region this morning, and then some of that cloud cover getting back in here probably late tonight or tomorrow, but even the NAM keeps most of this offshore. And just generally clear skies, a few scattered clouds across the region. Here's the next cloud deck getting in here late. Probably this would be for the period on Sunday afternoon, but remaining offshore most of the region. So again, sunshine and very warm temperatures. Here's our persistent onshore flow, east to northeast winds, keeping the coastlines cooler and interior sections warmer, but still cool, comparable to yesterday, but temperatures near normal through the entire forecast period. We can see the NAM model here this afternoon at the peak of the sun activity here, the height of the sun during the afternoon hours. Temperatures in the low 60s from Philadelphia up to New York City, the lower Hudson Valley, but notice that the onshore flow here keeping the cooler Atlantic waters bringing some of that cool, fresh easterly winds into the coastal regions from Sandy Hook down to Cape May. Temperatures there could remain basically in the mid and upper 50s, while inland locations reach the low and mid 60s. And again, this is forecast to happen again during Saturday afternoon as well. GFS forecast maps in motion. High here's our upper low across southern New England and coastal waters of the Atlantic, drifting further south and east and spinning there. We still have this large omega block in the atmosphere. Here's our upper level low consolidating over the Mississippi Valley. High pressure continues to build and ridge across the northeast, and eventually by Sunday night and Monday, some of this moisture gets into Georgia, the Carolinas. The winds become more southeasterly, moisture increases, and as low pressure drifts up the coast slowly by Wednesday, we could see Wednesday being a wet period here across the Delmarva, Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night too. And then that drifts to the northeast in the Atlantic, and then high pressure builds across the forecast region for late next week with seasonable temperatures once again. So that's going to do it for the broadcast discussion today and for this week. Thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, your source for weather information 24/7, 365. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. I'll be back bright and early with you on Monday morning. Have a terrific weekend, everyone, and thanks for stopping.